Hello everyone, Happy New Year. I'm so excited for today's presentation on budgeting. In today's presentation, we are going to see how a budget can help us as families and as individuals to achieve our financial goals and objectives. Before we get started, I want to appeal to you to please like, subscribe, and share my videos so that your family and friends can also benefit from all our presentations. Now, let's get started. What is a budget? Simply put, a budget is a roadmap to financial success. It is a guide to help us to achieve our goals and objectives. Successful countries and companies prepare and implement budget. So why do most families and people not do the same? They believe budget or budgeting is complicated. It is meant for the rich. Or they believe they don't have the knowledge and time to prepare a budget, which is not true. Let's put the question in another way. Why should us as families prepare a budget? A budget helps us to quantify our goals and objectives. It gives us control over our finances. A budget helps to reduce conflicts in the family and ensure that the family is focused and on the same direction. A budget gives us permission to spend. So once a budget item is approved by the family, then we can spend without feeling guilty. A budget helps us to think before we spend, and so it helps to reduce impulse buying. And the most important reason why we should create a budget is that a budget helps us to create wealth over time. And this is one thing I want us to remember, even if we don't remember any other thing from this presentation. A good budget and implementation helps us to create lasting wealth over time. We'll see how. Now, how do we prepare a budget? We can use a paper, we can do it in Word, we can use Excel, we can use whatever works for us. Two major things to consider. The first is the income side. So income. If you are a salary earner, then your salary. Think about your salary. Business income for business owners. And we should also include investment income. So interest, dividend, or any form of income that we receive in our investment should be included in this area. And we also don't forget to include rental income if we own properties. Now, the second line is expenses. So under expenses, the first item I want us to put is savings. Yes, it's not a mistake. Savings. Savings should be the first expense. We should save first from the income that we earn and not make savings last, which is a fundamental mistake that most of us make. We plan to save when we have excess. Wrong. Savings will help us to create surplus or excess funds. Then we have to put in things like rent, mortgage, school fees, utilities, insurance, debt repayment, and other household goods or expenses that we can think about. Now, where do we get the information from for our budget? Things that will really come to mind include your bank statement, your credit card statement. You can use the one for a year, 2 years, or even 3 years so that you can see expenses that are reoccurring. You can also use your rent or lease agreement to get the amount of what you are supposed to pay. Your mortgage document can help. Demand notices from schools and other agencies. Utility bills. Then you can also look at your goals and objectives that you've created or set up as a family and see how you can quantify those items in terms of your expenses or even your income if you have that as a goal. Then remember, you could also fall back to your memory. Remember I said a budget helps us to think. So think, what are those expenses that you want to incur or you are likely to incur for this year, 2022? Then any other source that will help you to get an accurate figure or estimate for your budget for the year. Now, no matter how you prepare your budget, there are 3 possible outcomes. The first one, or the first outcome, is a surplus. If you have a surplus budget, good for you. If you can repeat this again and again over time, then you'll be able to create lasting wealth, which is the result that we want. The next outcome or possible outcome is a deficit. Not good. But you are on track. Review your income and your expenses. And in this case, you have 2 choices. The first choice or the first option is to increase your income by getting an additional job or jobs, or you set up a side business that will help you to increase your income. Now, I know this may be difficult or in some cases even impossible, but you have another option. The other option is to review your expenses and reduce them. For some expenses, you may have to forego them so that you can live within your means. In this case, within your income. And if you're able to do that, then we'll go to the next option, which is a balanced budget. This is good But you have to try over time to achieve a surplus budget. You could do it this year. You may strive to do it next year or even in 2 or 3 years' time. But you are definitely on track for financial success. Congratulations. Now you have a budget. So what next? Ensure that your budget aligns with your family goals and objectives. Be disciplined. Follow your budget, but remember that a budget is flexible. A budget should be flexible. And so you can make adjustments as required. On a monthly basis or on a quarterly basis, review your budget to ensure that you are on track. Remember, break down your budget month by month. Review, review, review. We now have a budget. We now have a plan. We are now on track for huge success in the year 2022 and beyond. Congratulations. But before I let you go, I want to remind you to please like, subscribe, and share my videos to your friends and your families. A heads up for our next presentation. We are going to be discussing another exciting topic. This time we'll be talking about savings for emergencies. If there are topics you want me to talk about in future videos, please just write the topics down on the comment section. Before we meet again, I want to say thank you, merci beaucoup, and bye.